How many times have you been thrown completely off guard by the hair-raising questions that your children can ask? I certainly have been in that position quite a number of times. So I want to share with you some of these hair-raising questions that we as parents can so unexpectedly receive, and I want to give some guidance on how we can actually address that. I'm Ilse Alberts. I'm a family-focused psychologist, and I have been working with families for over 30 years, giving guidance, giving help. And I must say that there are some families that I've been on a journey with for many, many years, and I just absolutely love that opportunity. So I have a daughter that is almost 34 years old, and she is also the mom of my first granddaughter. So when she was 5 years old, I went to fetch her from school, like many moms or dads would do. Go and fetch their children from school, and their child would sit at the back seat of the car, and you will say, "And how was your day?" And usually they would say, "Fine." But this day, she said to me, "Mom, can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Certainly, ask me." And she asked me, "Mom, what is an abortion?" And I almost had a heart attack. She's 5 years old. How do I even begin to answer that question? And I didn't stop the car, and I didn't get out and run away, but I thought I had a very deep think that night and thought, how will I answer her? I never, ever imagined I'm going to have to do any sexual education with my 5-year-old. I thought I will wait until she's a teenager. But I realized I might be wrong, and I went and I had a look at my psychology books about children's sexual development, and I had a big surprise. I found out that they are very curious from as young as the age of 4, and if we as parents do not answer them, they are going to turn to other kids and older brothers and sisters, and they will get information from them that is definitely hair-raising information in my perception. So I had that question, "Mom, what is an abortion?" And then I had some moms and dads who said to me, "How do we answer this question?" I had one mom, she said to me, "My daughter sleeps on a mattress in our bedroom." And one morning she said to me, "Mommy, why is Daddy hurting Mommy at night? Because I hear Mommy's making some sounds as if Daddy is hurting Mommy." And she said, "Oh, yes, that was a moment of intimacy between the two of us. I didn't think the little one was awake. How do I answer that?" And what about that question that you get, "Mom, where did babies come from?" Oh my goodness, there are calls coming through, and I did say do not disturb. I so apologize for that. So where do babies come from? Yes, you can say, well, you come from, and then the town or the city that your child was born. But that is really just evading. And if you're not going to answer them, who is going to give them that answer? And I know they're going to keep on asking until someone answers them. And if it's not a mom or dad, they're going to get that information from another child, which is really not the right information. Or they will ask someone that's older, an older brother, an older sister, a cousin. And once again, it might be something sensational that they will be told. And I'm sure you don't want your kids to get there. So how do we talk to our children when they ask us, especially those hair-raising questions about the birds and the bees? Well, I have been giving a talk for the last more than 10 years to thousands and thousands of parents in many different parts of our world. First on stages, and since COVID, online, on Zoom webinars. And I call it How and When to Tell Your Kids About the Birds and the Bees. And I share in this hour webinar all the information that I have discovered and how to talk to our kids and how I have been actually speaking to my children about it. And I started as young as the age of 5 because I realized that is what we need to do. I realized that many, many years ago. So the information that you are going to get in this webinar is everything you need to know, how to answer their questions about where do babies come from? What is that word called sex? How did I get into your tummy, mommy? And many, many other hair-raising questions that they can ask. There's not a question that I have not heard of yet that I'm not covering. How do we talk to our kids about it? So the benefits you will get from attending an online webinar where you as a parent will empower yourself so that you will know how to talk to your kids about the birds and the bees is that you will learn how to plant flowers in their minds, that there will be no place for weeds to grow, about what they know and their beliefs and their self-perceptions and self-confidence around their own sexual development. Then you are going to learn how to become a very open and approachable parent, how to be relaxed and comfortable when those questions come to you, and how to be a prepared parent, that by the time you get your first question, you know what is so interesting? When you are prepared, the questions start to come. It's almost as if your kids just wait. Can my parents just learn how to empower themselves, that they know how to talk to us about it? So I'm going to give you all the ins and outs, the ABCDs up to the Zs, about how to prepare yourself that you can be absolutely ready for those hair-raising questions about the birds and the bees. So I am doing my next online Zoom webinar Tuesday, the 20th of October 2020 at 1800 hours Central African time, because I live in Africa, and for everyone and anyone who just wants to know more about it, who says, I am interested, I really, really want to empower myself. I know it's time for me to empower myself, know how to do it, feel comfortable in doing it, because I want to be the one who does this talk with my children. I want to be the one that they approach, and I want to know how to answer their questions. Then send me an email to info@ilsealberts.com, and I'll send you everything you need to know about how you can register and pay for this webinar. And if you're even not certain if you know whether you want to apply for this webinar, maybe you just want to know, what am I going to cover about it, and we'll send you the information. So just send me your email, email me and say, Birds and Bees info please, to info@ilsealberts.com. I cannot wait to be in front of you on a Zoom call, on a Zoom platform, and helping you to know in a very warm, caring way how to talk to your kids about the birds and the bees. And when those questions come, how to be very prepared. It is really, really easy when you know how. Looking forward to be the one that has an impact on your family and help you to grow that next level of your financial empowerment. Oh my goodness, your parenting empowerment. Why am I thinking of financial? Because that's another topic that I love to talk about. So send your email, Birds and Bees info please, to info@ilsealberts.com. I am looking forward to be of service.